This conference will now be recorded.
And let me present my desktop. So are you guys able to see my desktop?
Yeah,
All right. So just brief about me. Hey, hi. This is Rahul Ganjre. I do have 13 years of IT experience. Yeah. So out of that 13 years, from last 9 to 10 years, I'm into the automation testing. So as you guys mentioned, yeah, I was also a manual tester, and then I grew myself into the automation. Yeah, and then now it's been 9 years. I'm into the automation completely. Now after the automation, I started, learning towards the AWS, and from last 2.5 years, I'm still learning the AWS. Yeah, and the good part is I did complete a certification, AWS Developer Associate certification, in last month, in the month of July. Yeah, and for near about 10 to 11 months, I was in UK and work as a DevOps engineer over there. Yeah, so one of the bank. Yeah, so if you know about the RBS Bank, so Royal Bank of Scotland. So I work over there. Yeah, near about 10 to 11 months. Yeah, as a DevOps engineer. Yeah, so this is what my personal interest. Yeah, so whatever I know, what I know understood about the automation testing till this journey, so I just want to impart this knowledge, or I just want to transfer this knowledge to yours. Yeah, so whoever is want to groom the career, or who is want to learn the automation as you guys. Yeah, so I'm just trying to help them, so whatever I know. Yeah, so as I am, the real time professional, and I'm working in the industry, I know what exactly industry is need. Yeah, when it comes to the automations testing, instead of learning n number of stuff in the automation, we do have some particular area where we need to work on, isn't it? Where we need to focus on, isn't it? So we will be discussing only that stuff instead of going here and there. Yeah, so in automation, so automation is entire a huge world. Yeah, so out of that, what exactly we need to learn about to hit the platform, isn't it? So that exactly we will be, those part we will be learning. Yeah, so rest, what we will be not covering, or we will be not discussing is this you can go ahead and learn by your own. Yeah, so I'll make you that confident about. Yeah, so you will be in a position that, so you can explain yourself or present yourself as an the automation experience guy, isn't it? So what we will be learning, so in this particular training program, so we will be learning the core Java. Yeah, so in core Java, what we need, we will be needing only these topics, isn't it? So we'll discuss about what is core Java, and then basic Java programming and its features, Java methods and its significance, what they are, how they are, predefined method, what are the Java predefined method we will be learning. We'll be learning about the loops. Yeah, so there are different type of loops available. So if, else, and while loop, do while loop, for loop. So we will be needing this many loops. Yeah, array and methods, what are array, break, continuous statement, nested loop, packages and the access modifiers, and then the object oriented programming. Yeah, so it's called as the OPS concept, isn't it? And lastly, the most important stuff is the Java collection. Yeah, so these three topics is the most important topic when it comes to the Java, isn't it? So we will be needing this topic so many times. Yeah, so we'll be learning all about this thing. Yeah, so the rest of the thing, this is what the basic, you will get this information anywhere, isn't it? It is pretty straightforward, but this is something which is very important, and we should know in and out of this particular three point, isn't it? Or three concepts, isn't it? So we'll be discussing about this completely and thoroughly, isn't it? So don't worry about that. So that is what we will be discussing when it comes to the right. the core Java. Yeah. So apart from this, we do not need much detail about the Java, isn't it? So the rest of the things, there are a number of stuff in the Java as well. Yeah. So those are for the Java developers. Yeah. Who wants to be a full stack developer. Yeah. So Java developers. So those guys are using the rest of the stuff which we don't need for the automation testing, as of the automation testing. All right. So that is what for the core Java. And then when it comes to the Selenium, so for the Selenium we'll be learning a number of stuff. Yeah. So what we are doing and how we are learning about the Selenium, this is called as an Eclipse, the entity or the tool which you are looking at your desktop. So this is called as the Eclipse, isn't it? So what we will be doing, so we'll be covering the different topics. So if I go over here and if I expand over here. Yeah. So we'll be learning the each and every topics of the Selenium, isn't it? By creating a simple classes, and I will be understanding. So this is what the for loop, how we understood the for loop, right? So like we will be creating a simple classes and we'll be understand what it is and how it is, isn't it? So for loop. Then we learn about the drop down box selection. Yeah. So when if you might have looked into the web application, we might have the drop down box over there. So how to deal with that drop down box, isn't it? Then keyboard action. Yeah. So we do have the keyboards, right? So how to use our keyboards. Yeah. So the laptop or the desktop keyboard, so how to use that keyboard. Yeah. So we will be learning how to launch the browsers. We do have the multiple browsers, the Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Internet Explorer. So we do have the different browsers available. So how to launch those browser and how to navigate to it. Yeah. So we'll be learning about it. How to log into different function, different applications. So we took this Facebook application and we tried to log in into it. Yeah. Then mouse over action. Yeah. So you might have noticed if you shop in the Flipkart or the Amazon or any other shopping site, isn't it? So you don't need to click on the main menu. If you just mouse over and you will be able to get the menu over there, isn't it? So that is what called as the mouse over action. You just need to over your mouse somewhere, something like this, and you will be able to see the n number of options available, and then you will be gonna select anything from that whichever you want to shop, isn't it? So that is what called as the mouse over action. So we'll be learning about that, how to perform that particular operation, isn't it? Multiple menu selection. So if you might have seen over there as well. So you go to one particular option, then again select the second option, then again you will gonna select the third option. So when we do have the multiple options available, how do we go ahead and select that? Yeah. So we'll be learning that thing. So then multiple windows. Yeah. So sometimes, right? So we do have the multiple windows. Let's take an example over here. We do have this one window, then this is second one, this is third one. Yeah. So how to deal with this window? So if we have any application, yeah, generally when we have the banking application, isn't it? So in banking application what is going to happen is, so we will be having the multiple windows. Yeah. So when we open the basic official URL of any bank, isn't it? So let's take an example for the Citibank. So when we open the official URL of the Citibank and when we click on the login button, so it's opening a new tab instead of opening instead of asking you for the credential in the same window, is opening into new tab, and then we need to enter our credentials over there. Yeah. So that is what when we get the multiple windows, so how do we deal with that? Yeah. How we can perform the operation, how we can automate that stuff, isn't it? That is what called as the multiple windows. Then XLS, reading and writing data to and from XLS. We will be learning all this stuff, how to read and write data from the XLS file. Yeah. Right click operation. Yeah. Selecting checkbox and radio button. So we do have the checkbox on the application, radio buttons. Yeah. So tabs and window. Test alerts. We alerts. So sometimes we get an alert message. Please enter correct username. Please enter a correct password. Isn't it? Such kind of alerts we will be getting. So how to deal with that alert? How to automate that? The alerts. Drag and drop operation, isn't it? Sometimes we need to drag something and drop somewhere, isn't it? So how to perform that operation? Slider, test slider. Yeah. So you might have seen like when you shop in any area. So best example, if you go to the hotel booking site, the Trivago or somewhere else, isn't it? So there is a slider, right? So based on your budget, yeah, so you can slide over on the price, and then based on that price, so you will be getting the list of the hotels available on that particular website, isn't it? That is what the slider. So how do we deal with that particular slider, isn't it? So how we can automate that stuff, isn't it? So we'll be looking into it. Yeah, so what is that about? So such kind of small concepts we'll be discussing about in small programs, isn't it? And so once we are familiar with this, once we are good in this, so what we can do, then we are starting towards the creating the framework, isn't it? So this is for the framework for my last batch. Yeah, so this is what the batch 9, and for that we created this the framework. Yeah, so over here this is nothing but and the page object model framework. Yeah, so what is this? Actually this is for the Maven project. Yeah, so if you looked at, this is what the Maven project. Yeah, this is called as a Maven structure. Yeah, so we do have a different categories in it. So what they are, how they are, we will be learning about. So we do have the n number of stuffs over here. Yeah, so custom listener pages, test basis. So what you can see, you can see just the test cases as of now over here. Yeah, so this is what we wrote the test cases. Yeah, so what you are looking at over here, this is something the 65 or 66 line of code. Yeah, so the operation which this particular line has been performing, the same operation is performed by this one line, isn't it? So this test case is also performing the same operation, and this test case number 3 is also performing the same operation, isn't it? So this is what this test case is designed in the page object model framework, whereas this test case is been designed into the data driven framework, isn't it? So that is what we'll be learning about, what the difference between this and how we can go ahead and design such a robust test cases, isn't it? So we'll be learning into it again. This is something again, some pattern of the test case, how we can go ahead and write it. Yeah, so this again comes under the data driven part, isn't it? Again, we do have some test ng annotations over here. We'll be learning about what is test ng. If you notice, we have some annotations over here before class at direct test. If I go over here, you will be able to find the n number of annotations. Yeah, so before suit, before method, isn't it? After method, after class, after suit. Yeah, so there are a number of annotations available. So what they are, how we need to use those annotations, how to implement those annotations, what are their significance. Yeah, so we'll be learning about this. This is called as the test ng annotations. Yeah, so test ng is providing this stuff for us, isn't it? So it's very useful. Yeah, so we'll be learning about it. Screenshots, how to take a screenshot. Yeah, so like this is the code for screenshot. We'll be learning about this, all those stuffs. Yeah, so this is what the test cases which we designed for last the batch, isn't it? So then the reports, how to generate the reports, the execution reports. If I go over here, so we integrated the third party tool over here. So third party tool called as what has happened, called as the extend report. And we created the report. So Selenium didn't provide that much feasible report. So we have some basic reporting in the Selenium, isn't it? But which is not sufficient. Yeah, so when you want to present your report to the management, so that is not the the good way to present it. So it should be robust one. So if you looked at, this is what the dashboard, isn't it? So we executed 3 test cases, total steps. Yeah, so total time it has taken to execution. Yeah, start time, end time. So out of 3 test cases, 2 got passed, 1 got failed. Yeah, so steps, the passing percentage, and who has executed it, right? The person, this operating system, the version of the Java, and the name of the person. Yeah, so the host name, isn't it? So this is what the report which management is looking into. They don't care about what is happening at the back end, isn't it? This is what something which we needed. All right, so they are interested onto this stuff, so we can present this report to them so that they can analyze it, isn't it? So this kind of report is called as the extent report. So how to integrate it, how to generate it, we'll be learning about it. Yeah, this is a third party API. We need to integrate it with our in our framework, isn't it? So in, if you looked at this test case is passed, and then we do have the screenshot assigned to it. Yeah, so each and every steps is having the screenshot. That is something which we needed, right, when we are doing the testing, isn't it? So right, so that is what we needed. So when it enters the email address, we capture the screenshot, isn't it, what it has been entered. Yeah, so that is something the evidence we do have. Yeah, so for each and every steps, same goes for this test case. This test case got failed because it is comparing these two text. Yeah, so expected was something and they found with something. Yeah, so this the comparison got failed. That's what is saying is fail. This test case got failed. So we'll be learning how to generate this extend report as well. Yeah, so we'll be learning about this thing. And then what we have, um, all right, so this is what the extent report, yeah, execution report. So files, yeah, we do have the config file or file. So in config file, we do have the configuration, right? So your application url, so right, so dev url, test url, prod url. Yeah, so browser on which you want to execute your test cases, some credentials if they are, if we need it for banking applications, sometime we need some dummy card information. So the information which we needed for the execution, right, kind of configuration, so that will go under the configuration property files, isn't it? So how to create this, how to integrate this, we'll be looking into it. Then the or property, object repository property file. Yeah, so this is for the xpath. We need to collect all this xpath at one file, so that we can use it in our framework, isn't it? So how to do it, we'll be looking into it. Yeah, so what this file is all about, isn't it? Then we do have the jar files. This is what I created for our purpose. Yeah, for our excel reading and writing purpose, we will be looking into it, how to generate the jar files. Yeah, so we'll be looking into it. Did anyone join? Mm, all right. What else is the runner, the testng.xml file, isn't it? So what this xls file, so how to create this file, so we'll be learning about it, isn't it? So what the meaning of this testng.xml file, how to create it. Yeah, so what this annotation is all about, so we will be looking into it, and we'll be generate this file. Screenshots, how to take a screenshot, yeah, pass and fail. Test data file, this is what the xls file. Yeah, so we will be creating the xls file where we will be keeping our test data, isn't it? So we'll learn about this thing, how to read and write data to and from this xls file. So
Rahul, I can't hear you. Can you please check that one?
is it? So it's Shama is facing. So Ava and Arijit, are you guys able to hear me properly?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
uh, I guess Shama, then that might be issue from your end, because these guys are able to hear me. So might please check your the speaker or something like that. Yeah, because these guys are able to hear. Yeah, so if they are not able to hear, then that might be the error or problem from my end. Hello, hello, Shama, you there? I guess Shama is having some network issue. All right, no worries. So that's there, right? So we'll be learning about this master sheet. Yeah, so if you looked at, so we do have the six test cases, and for the six test cases, we do have this one column called as a run mode. Yeah, so over here we mark yn. Yeah, so now what is happening over here, so the test cases which for which I mark as a y, so only those test cases will be executed when I'm executing my framework. Yeah, so when I'm executing test cases, yeah, so only these three test cases will be executing out of
Rahul,
this
I
six.
can't hear you.
Uh, I am. So what you can do, Shaba? Uh, all right. Let her join. Yeah. All right. So what I was saying, the test cases for which we mark the run mode as Y, only those test cases will be executing. Yeah, and the rest test case, will be skipped from the execution, isn't it? So how to create this mechanism? We'll be looking into it, right? So we'll be controlling our execution from our the XLS file from our master sheet, isn't it? So let's take an example. If we have 100 test case or 500 test case in a suit, yeah, and we want to execute only 100 out of that, so we can mark the run mode Y for 100 test case and we can execute. Then only those 100 test case will be executing out of 500 test case. Yeah. So that is what the mechanism we created, and we'll be managing that execution from the XLS file. Yeah. So how to do that? We'll be learning into it, isn't it? So that is what this particular the master sheet is all about. All right. And the next thing is right, so the maven dependencies, yeah, the maven dependency. So this is the maven tool. So we do got the n number of dependencies over here. Yeah. So this all are the jar files. How to get these jar files? Yeah. So there is one called as the pom.xml file. Yeah. So we need to add the dependencies over here. Yeah. And based on the dependencies which we added over here, based on that we will be getting all these jar file under this maven dependencies, isn't it? So what it is, how it is, yeah. So how to download these dependencies, from where we get these dependencies, yeah. So we'll be learning about it, yeah. So we'll do it, yeah. So what this dependency is all about, isn't it? We'll be learning it. Then testng, we do have some jar files available for the testng. So we'll download it, we'll integrate it, yeah. We'll add it in our the framework. In the reference libraries, so if we adding some external jars, right, in our framework, so that appears under this particular category called as reference libraries, isn't it? So we'll be learning into it how this thing is all about, isn't it? And this is what this all rest of the things is, the rest folder is for the maven understanding. We don't need to do anything. So what we can know is, so we do have the target folder over here. Instead of target, go to test output. Yeah. So in test output we will be getting some as an output. So this is what the emailable report, this is what we get as an output, and this report is generated by the uh, this test ng, right? The Selenium is generating this kind of report, the default report, isn't it? So it is something which is not that much user friendly to understand what it is and how it is, isn't it? This saying 2 pass 3 skip, yeah, for this particular execution. And if you can say these two test cases are showing in the green color, those are passed. These three test case got skipped. This is again got skipped, and this got a failed, isn't it? So that is what something which we need to analyze this report, and then we need to understand it. Yeah. So it is pretty. It's not that much user friendly to understand this report. Instead, this is something which is very easy and is UI is pretty interesting, isn't it? So, like, this is something which we need to integrate. This kind of reporting is very impressive. Yeah. So we need this kind of reporting, isn't it? So we'll learn about this report, how it is and what it is, isn't it? So we'll learn about it. All right. And she isn't joined. All right. And then next thing is uh, is she joined? I'm not sure what is the issue with this. Hi Shema, are you able to hear me now? Hello.
I can't hear you. Still the same issue.
Uh, not sure now
Uh,
then. Like,
Shama, is your microphone on? Like, have you muted your microphone? I guess she's not able to hear us, right? I think she
yeah,
has
she.
turned off her speakers.
Hmm.
Or she can check playing some video if she is able to hear that.
Yeah. All right. Let her try. Like it's some issue at her end only. All right. Um, that's there. So this is what the email ever report. Yeah. The default report which the Selenium is providing, isn't it? So we'll be learning about this thing, yeah. So the things how we can go ahead and use it, isn't it? And then pom.xml, this is what the XML file, right? So here we can go ahead and use it, isn't it? So we'll be learning about it, yeah. So this is what the Selenium what about, right? The framework design and different components of the framework, how we can go ahead with it, isn't it? And then once we are done with
Rahul,
this,
Rahul, I got a
yes.
question. So,
Yeah,
can
please
this
go ahead.
report can this report be sent over email automatically?
Yes, yes. We can send this report on the email as well. That's doable. So you want to send it automatically, right? So yes, that is doable. We
Yes,
can send it.
yes, yes. After the execution, report will be sent automatically.
Yes, yes, yes. We can do it. Yeah. So I'll
Okay.
tell you how we can do it. Yeah. So that's there. Yeah. So once this is done, then what we'll be gonna learning about is the GitHub, isn't it? So GitHub is a repository, isn't it? Where we can keep our source code. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create one repository over here. Yeah. So we can create one repository over here, and in that repository we can keep our source code, isn't it? So this is what the source code management. Yeah. So we need to keep our source code over here. Yeah. So if you look at, so we do have the source code over here, isn't it, for all my batches. Yeah. So we're gonna keep our source code over here in this repository, and then from here we can access our code, isn't it? So let's take an example of the we are 8 or 9 guys, or in our team. Let's take an example. We might have 4 or 5 members in a group or in a team. So everyone should access this platform. This is the one, the common platform for everyone, where they has to keep their source code, isn't it? We cannot keep it in our machine. So this is what the source code in my machine, but that needs to be on the available on the web page. Right? Suppose tomorrow if I left the organization, or if something happens to my machine, so my source code will be I'll be losing my source code, isn't it? My source code will be lost, isn't it? So in order to avoid those stuff, and in order to keep everyone on the same page, we need to use this GitHub. Yeah. So what it is, how it is, how to install, how to deal with this thing, so we'll be learning in our training program. Yeah. So this is the most important stuff, isn't it? So once this is done, then lastly we're gonna discuss about uh, the Jenkins, isn't it? So Jenkins is nothing but is very interesting and important stuff, right? uh, is a CI tool. Yeah. The It's called as the CI tool, the continuous integration tool, isn't it? So right. So when it comes to the automation testing, right? So the Jenkins is used for n number of application. Yeah. So it used for the continuous integration as well as the continuous deployment, isn't it? So as a automation tester, we will be interested into the continuous integration part, isn't it? So deployment is for the development guys, isn't it? So we'll be learning how to generate that thing, isn't it? So let's take an example. If I open the Jenkins now, so we'll be learning how to download, how to install, and then Shama, are you able to hear me now? She has some problem. All right. All right. So this is what the Jenkins right is. Yeah. So this is what the fresh UI of it, isn't it? So what we can do, so we'll learn about how to download, how to integrate, how to configure. Yeah. So Jenkins is all about the plugins available in it, isn't it? It's a very powerful tool and is used worldwide, isn't it? It's a freeware open source. That's what it has. It is very popular in the market, isn't it? We do have some another CI tools, right? Like TeamCity, Bamboo, so on and so forth. But those are the licensed version, isn't it? So this is freeware, openly available, open source, and this tool, the Jenkins, is been designed into the Java language. Yeah. So it's very powerful and is used for the CI/CD purpose, or the DevOps, to perform all the activities of the DevOps engineer, isn't it? So, as an automation tester, our scope is for the continuous integration, isn't it? So, I'll be creating a project over here, right? So, there are some configuration which we need to do, isn't it? And then, like we can execute our projects from here, isn't it? Our test cases from here. So, we can schedule at some particular time, right? Let's take an example. I want to execute my regression suit, or my sanity suit, or my smoke testing suit at some particular point, yes, particular time. Yeah. In the nightly build or in the morning build, or something like which I want to schedule at a particular time, that is doable under this particular job, until this, by creating the build in the Jenkins, isn't it? So if you looked at, so we created this build yesterday, and then we do got some reports over here. Yeah. So this is what the execution reports we got over here. Yeah. So when we executed the through the Jenkins, isn't it? So we got some execution report over here. Then we got some test ng results. We got some test ng report as well over here, isn't it? So this is a different stuff, right? So we'll be learning about this thing, how we can go ahead and how we can create this, the build job. Yeah. So and if I go to the dashboard, this is what the thing is. And if I go to the configuration, I'll be able to see all the configuration, right? So here, like you can see that. So the code which we, push, the code which we have at this particular location, isn't it? In this particular location in the GitHub, that code has been taken as a input, right? This particular tool, the Jenkins has took that code as an input, and then it work on that, isn't it? And it executed all the test cases, isn't it? So maven goals, so what this configuration is all about, so how we can do it, so we'll be learning into it, isn't it? So yes, we can send the email as in, right, when we got an output. So uh, so in post build action, yeah, so with the help of this tool, in post build action, we can send the email, isn't it? Email notification. So whatever output we will be getting as an, as an report, so we can send that report as an email to whoever you want, yeah, or the concerned person in our team, isn't it? So yes, with the help of this tool, yeah, so we will be able to do it, isn't it? With the help of Jenkins, we'll be able to do it. Yeah, we can send that build to the concerned person, or the output of our execution, we can send it to the concerned person, isn't it? So yes, we can do it with the help of this Jenkins, isn't it? So we'll be learning about this, how to create this stuff, isn't it? So how to download, how to integrate, how to configure, how to execute, we'll be looking into it, isn't it? So this is what all about, the thing, how we can do and how we can execute, isn't it? So this completes our, the execution test cycle, yeah, so execution life cycle of the automation testing, isn't it? So right from, core Java. Yeah. So this is what the console, right? We can see that. So it's been started and executed. So this is for the console where we will be able to see the execution, isn't it? So test has been started, running the test suite, isn't it? So this is what it has picked up the data from the XLS file and running the test case, isn't it? So we'll be able to see this console log, yeah. So build success, failure, whatever it may be, we'll be able to see on our console, isn't it? So this was the last build, build number 6. If I go to build number 5, so I guess that went failed, that was failed. So we will be able to get all this, the output over here, we'll be able to see. So build got failed, right? Some test case got failed over here, isn't it? So we'll be able to get this as an output in our inbox, yeah. So we'll create that configuration and then we'll learn about it, isn't it? So this is what it will gonna complete, or the automation testing life cycle, isn't it? So as an this training program, we'll be learning all this stuff, all these things in our training program, isn't it? So that is what how it is, and that's all from my end, guys. Yeah. So this is what we will be learning in our training program. So if you have any questions, please go ahead. Yeah. So that is what how it is. So we'll be learning all these stuffs. I guess Shama is still. Yes, definitely.
Rahul, will you be able to
Mhm.
connect with the data? Will you be able to connect with the database?
Yeah, so connecting to the database or any XYZ database, though it be SQL, Oracle, any database, that is something which is, a different entity. So Selenium has nothing to do with it. Yeah, so it's completely a core Java concept, or the we need to write that program into the Java language. So if you want to do that, yes, we'll be discussing that as well. How to connect with the database, isn't it?
Just the
And
basic
we'll face.
understanding.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We'll have that thing, isn't it? So as of now, I do not have any database in my this laptop because I got this, the new laptop. Yes, I'll be doing that. I'll install the Oracle DB, and then we'll see how we can connect to Oracle DB, and then how we can fetch data out from it, isn't it? We'll be doing that. Don't worry. I'll take that up.
And Rahul, data-driven type of like from taking data from Excel.
Yeah, we
Like
do
an
have
Excel
that thing.
file. Okay,
Yes, yes,
right.
yes. We do have that thing in our the program, isn't it? So
Right,
if
right.
I
Maybe I missed it. Yeah.
yeah, so like, that is most important thing, isn't it? So we'll be looking into how to read and write data to and from XLS file, isn't it? So we do have the master
Okay.
sheet over here. So from master sheet, we are reading data. Yeah. So we keep our test data over here for the test cases, isn't it? So we'll be looking
Mm-hmm.
into it. Yeah. So how to read this data from this master file. Yeah, that's there because that is something which is the most important thing. That's what I created the two jar files to reading data from this master file. Yeah. So we are keeping test data over here on the basis of our test cases and we are reading it from here, isn't it? And we are executing our test cases based on this particular test data, isn't it? So we'll be looking into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing that I'd like to mention also to identify the image element, there is one API like the Sikuli. So we will be discussing that also.
Could you please come again?
So there to identify the image element, so there is one API like Sikuli. So we will be discussing that as well.
Uh, yeah, there are a number of stuff. Yeah, in the automation. Yeah. So we do have securely, we do have another APIs, we do have the Vinium. So there are a number of things which is available. So to cover everything is not possible. Yeah. So like it is pretty straightforward, isn't it? So we do not have anything huge or difficult in the securely, isn't it? It's just the one jar file which we need to download and then integrate. So it is pretty straightforward. So if you go to YouTube, you can easily get it. But if you want, I can go ahead and cover that as well, isn't it?
No,
So we'll
no.
see
What
one
I'm
of
just
the
trying to say, so if there is any image element, so instead of Sikuli, how will be able to automate?
so the thing is what you want to do with that image, right? So we just want to know the purpose of what exactly we want to deal with that image, isn't it? So that is something based on that then we can check on the our automation criteria what
Yes,
exactly we want to do.
suppose in the login page there is, or in the landing page there is some logo. So I want to validate the logo is present, the exact same logo is present. So the expected and the actual output will be same, right? So how will we be able to do that?
Right. So when it comes to the Selenium, the scope of Selenium is to taste or the check the text, isn't it, of that logo. So the logo is in front of you, yeah. So I do got this logo. So what I can do, I can verify this text, yeah. So by my learn automation, but I cannot verify this logo, the look and feel of this logo. That is something which you need to do manually, or you need to use AI for that, isn't it? So this is out of scope for the Selenium to automate or to verify the look and feel of this particular logo, which is out of scope. Yeah. Again, we do have the captcha. We cannot automate the captcha, isn't it? That is out of scope for the
Right,
Selenium.
right.
We do have something else, such kind of stuff. OTP, isn't it? So these are the out of scope for the Selenium. We cannot automate it, isn't it? So Selenium has no control on this thing. So for that we need to use AI, isn't it? So that is what of this. On this page I can verify the text, but I cannot verify or I cannot automate this image. That is something which is out of scope for the Selenium,
So,
isn't it? So that's it is. So that's all from my end, guys. Yeah. So if you have any question, you can post me, on our WhatsApp group. So I'll share this recording there with you, and then so in next session, so we'll be having the next session on Wednesday. Yeah. So we'll kickstart from the Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we'll be downloading the softwares, required softwares. We'll see how to download Java and then the iClips and all those stuff, and then we can start our training tomorrow. All right.
at what
Okay.
time will be the next class?
Um, Same time,
Okay.
8 to 9:30. 8 to 9:30, isn't it? So it will be 1.5 hour session, isn't it?
Can we make it 8:30 to 10? Like you had given
Uh,
me option the WhatsApp there.
yeah, yeah. So I guess
Rahul,
Shama is not, uh, happy with that
Okay,
time.
okay,
So
okay.
like
No
that's what
problem.
I did. Yeah.
and
Shama, or
so that will be difficult for me as well because from 10
yeah,
the office starts.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I didn't recollect the name. Someone is what not sure about that. Not is happy with that time. So that's what I decided 8 to 9:30.
Yeah, that is
Right.
fine.
All right then. We'll meet on that Wednesday, isn't it? So thank you guys. Thanks for your time.
Yeah,
So if
Rahul,
you have
one
any
question.
questions, mhm,
How about the fees? Like how we are going to pay it?
you can GPay on the same number. Yeah,
Okay,
on the same.
entire fees in one go or what we can do else?
So if you want to installment, you can go ahead with that as well.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Fine. I will connect you on WhatsApp soon. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No worries.
So, sir, Rahul, so can you please mention just the day and time of the classes?
Yeah, yeah, so I'll be sending you
So,
the invite, isn't it? Or I'll post you on the group.
so there won't be a regular class like getting it.
So daily, you need time to practice as well, Arijit.
Yeah,
So
no,
if you
no,
want
I'm
daily,
just asking. So, just what will be with the days and timing? So, based on the invitation, we will join.
no, no. So we'll having every Monday, Wednesday, and the Friday. Yeah. So in a week, we
So,
do have a session on the thrice, isn't it? Monday, Wednesday, and then the Friday. Yeah, 8 to
yeah,
nine
yeah, that
thirty.
that is what I am asking. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 to 9:30. That is what our decided timing and the other days, isn't it?
Okay, got it.
All right, all right then. Yeah, sure. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Bye.